Hello YouTube, we are back on a long form deal. I know I've been doing a little bit more with my shorts lately, but nonetheless we are out here at local car fest. I'll probably be doing a separate recap video overall. You can kind of see some of the craziness that's going on here, but I did want to do a little video on some updates on the end because I have been doing some modding to the car and I wanted to share that in overall video form. So nonetheless, here she is. I'll for sure get some b-roll shots of it, but I'm pretty proud of it. I'm pretty proud of how it's come out so far. I'll kind of run through a list of some of the upgrades real quick. One being the intake. And so I did a couple of little shorts kind of teasing what this has been like. But went with the forged intake, which I know a lot of people are going to say hot air intake. Nonetheless, I went with the forged intake on this, and I'll actually slot in a separate part of this video. You got to see this because I thought this was genius what they kind of did with this bracket here for the ECU to make this fit, because there were some early issues with the forged intake rubbing against the ECU, and so that seems to be solved. And there was also some of it rubbing on the hood, which I don't really see that happening here, and so I'm pretty happy about that overall. But as we move down, obviously I went with the 24N badges, which I want to give a huge caveat on this as well, is that these on the front are not a direct fit for the pre-facelift Elantra ends. I actually had to shave the pins off in the back because the 24s, I guess, have pins where this slots in, and so it's pretty easy to take a little hand saw and kind of saw those pieces off so that it'll fit. But you do have to do that to get the end badge to actually situate on there. But once you get it on there, you clean all of the goo off, it sits right in there, and it definitely sits flush, which I really like, as opposed to kind of the bulky chrome one that was on there before. And so moving a little further down, as you can see, we got the front lip on the car now. I am 100% learning why people are a little hesitant about these more plastic front lips. I think you can probably see it, but I already got a little crack down there. And so it's been interesting kind of learning about the low car life. Even getting in and out of my driveway is a little bit more challenging than I would want it to. But all in all, I do really like the look, and I feel like it really overall just kind of adds to just like the ground effects of the car that it already has. And I am 100% not going to delete the red, because I think that it really adds and ties into some other things that I've done with it overall. But moving to the side, as you can see, the side skirts. And now shout out to all the companies that I've worked with on this, or not worked with, but got these parts from, because they are obviously a big part of me kind of making decisions to start modding the car. But nonetheless, I got these from, was it Aerodynamics? They made the front lip and the side skirts. I was considering the diffuser, but I just really didn't want to go through the hassle of installing that at the moment, and I really don't think the rear end needs it. The only thing that I have considered is maybe doing like some red stripping along the, the stock diffuser, because I think that would add a little bit more to it. Get down a little bit so you guys can see it, is I actually am running 15mm spacers on the wheels now. I really am not in the game of buying new wheels. I actually really strive to try and keep sort of an OEM feel with the car, which is why I didn't want to go too crazy with some of the body kits and different things that I was saying. But I really thought that bringing these wheels out would really kind of overall just help the look of the car. So moving to the back, I did some smoking on the head or the tail lights. As you can see, this wasn't maybe the best job doing this. So I might end up redoing that pretty soon. Those are pretty cheap. I did do the black end badge back here, which was a lot simpler than the front. Although big shout out to, I think it's In Power, guy on YouTube, that really let me know about this little bitty crack that is right there. This part of the pre-facelift badge. I was able to figure out a way to kind of silicone that in. And for the most part, you can't really tell, although you can kind of see it when you actually do really look at it. And just to finish it all off, and unfortunately I do have a clip that I need to fix on one side of this, but we did the roof wrap on this. And I'm not a big wrap person. I'm not really considering necessarily wrapping the whole car, but I really think doing a black wrap on the top was a great move. And it really, and I didn't want to do carbon fiber, I didn't want to do satin, I really wanted something that tied in everything. And so the gloss black really goes obviously with the antenna, with the spoiler, with the side, obviously just the side panels in general. The side skirts now have something that kind of ties them in, and then also the side mirrors, which also I'm not really trying to do like the carbon fiber on those. So nonetheless, I think all of that kind of ties in pretty well. But obviously the biggest thing is the intake. I absolutely love how that sounds, and again, I haven't really seen much of a downside of having, you know, not a boxed intake, but I do honestly, you know, I hear the comments on that, and so we'll see when we get this in kind of a track situation how that all works out. But that's kind of an update. That's kind of where the N is at this point. And like I said, it's I'm not really a car modder, so it's been one of those things where it's been fun, but it's also been a learning process overall of getting things installed and fitting properly. But I've enjoyed it, and I think it's at a really good spot right now where ultimately I'm looking to just kind of keep it this way for a while, and obviously get out and do some more driving content and kind of go from there. So nonetheless, that's it for the day. I obviously have some B-roll, some driving clips and things like that, but I will see you guys on the next one. And like I said, follow along for the journey, because we're excited about some really cool stuff coming up pretty soon.
Started working at the